Here's a wonderful review from Carrie, who said, "When creating the world of Wayfinder Legends, you guys have rolled a nat 20. I'm loving how the story is developing. After listening to each episode, I just want more. The characters are well developed. I enjoy hearing their backstories and learning how their experiences shaped the interactions with the party. Fantastic." Carrie, thank you so much for that incredible review. Thank you to everyone for sharing, and subscribing. Leave us a comment on YouTube or on social media. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.
All right, so we're starting off with another fun adventure here. You guys have just gone into the basement level of Hellknight Hill, finally get down below the surface, and took a hard right into what appears to be, where they bury all the dead Hellknights over the years. You got to meet some of the wonderful locals who stabbed Plame. Well, because skeletons are like that. And you got to meet some nice birds who really do not look like they belong here.
Birds don't belong underground? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't even look like they're from this continent. So, you've fought and killed the skeletons, you've killed the birds out in the hallway, and then you retreated to this little sepulcher, which has these, the Masters of Blades, which is like their main arms instructor. And you've decided to go through their graves.
Well, Stagrum said we could.
That's true. He said, "Don't touch the bodies."
But what if they have rings on their fingers?
That's what Mage Hand is for.
Ooh, good call. All right, so you just pried open the very first one. Zera Delphine. You see a withered body, looks like a woman in Hellknight armor with the face on the chest and all of that. Next to her is a pair of rusted longswords. The armor is looking a little rusted, she's been here for a while. And she's got some really nice bracers. And so far, it's just her with kind of her long hair splayed out around her. That's about all the grave goods you bury a Hellknight with. You give them a weapon, you give them some armor, best luck in the afterlife.
Which reminds me, the halberd that Inara picked up wasn't rusted, which was interesting.
That is true. It was not.
Do we do detect magic yet?
I don't think so.
Once we
Flame's going to look at the body and then kind of glance and look over at Stagrum and see what he's looking like, and
he's not happy. I mean, these are his quote unquote people.
Yeah, could be literally his relatives.
So, yeah.
He'll look at Boddy and Inara and say, maybe we should let them rest. Hey, Stagrum, come help us. Let's put this lid back on.
I think they've been resting. Isn't that the whole point of a crypt?
Fawin looks back over to the left through that alcove where Stacy's had just crumpled dust from that creature that was crawling along the ceiling.
Oh, right here? Yeah.
Yeah, so...
He's just crumpled bones.
Yeah, so she looks back over there at that crumpled bone
armor
pile. Yeah, and armor from the thing that was crawling on the ceiling. And then says, I agree with Plame. I think we need to just look for the ones that might have some connection with Stagrum and not mess with the others.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a little bad about messing with Stagrum's heroes, I guess, so I think we should leave them alone. But, Inara, you are the leader, so we'll follow your lead.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing or where we need to go. Why are we here again?
We're looking for Stagrum's ring.
Oh,
well, two things. The
ring.
Bumble Brashers wanted you to secure their old home, which was the north side of the map over here, and then you're looking for Stagrum's ancestral ring.
Oh, and Bumble. We had to find Bumble.
Oh yes,
Oh yeah,
Big Bumble.
Bumble.
Another pet for Inara to adopt.
That's why Inara is really here.
Yeah.
So does Stagrum come over to help?
More animals.
Yeah, he'll help put the lid back on.
All right.
Stagram, buddy, is this ring really worth all this?
He just stares at you. No response.
Look, I get special things. I have special things too. I just want you to have the expectation that we may not find whatever you're looking for.
You may not, but I am not leaving until I have.
Okay.
If we have to deal with other matters first, that is fine. I will assist you.
So Plame will look up at Stagrum and say,
Remind me, do you think the ring is going to be on one of the people buried in the big communal crypt area?
I do not know. That is the trouble.
Boddy steps over to Plame and reaches out his hand for the crowbar. He says, I'll take that back for now.
What? Crowbar? I'm kidding.
So Boddy cocks an ear at Plame and says, Roy, I'll take it. And Stagram, don't worry, we can stay here as long as you're willing to help us look.
Of course.
So where do you feel the best place to look for this ring would be? Like, should we just keep going down this way? Are we gonna run into more of those weird bird things?
Hey, Boddy, have you done that the thing where you look for magic in this area? Maybe the ring will trigger something.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Let me check for magic in here. And he casts detect magic. And does he see? He knows about the known magic. What pops up?
Well, you get a sense of magic from each of the sepulchres here.
Of course we do.
And just the whole area has a faint magic to it.
Sure. Did the halberd light up by any chance?
Yes, it did.
Oh.
You have the halberd kind of flashed, and there is some good half plate, but it did not. So that's all that's left is just half plate and a halberd and bits of bone dust.
so nothing in the big room with the floor graves?
I have to go in there, I think.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, he can only do like a
30-foot radius.
Yeah, it's like a pulse.
I can get, like,
where
to here,
he's
I think.
standing.
Yeah.
So it'll be this.
Yeah, I have to go in there to check that out. So
Go in there.
We've been in there already.
Yeah, it turned out so well.
Yeah. Boddy says to the
for the
group,
frontline finders, Fawin and Plame.
Yes,
Yeah.
the tanks of the party.
Honestly, I am amazed Plame survived that. That was nasty.
Oh, he was down to 2 hit points.
I was really
I
worried.
can't believe you have him back to basically max.
He's
He
full.
is max.
Yeah.
Oh, point of order.
Oh, yes.
We didn't do something right when we healed him.
Oh, we didn't?
No, when I healed him, we were so excited about the successful heal, we forgot to do the 1d8 points of damage.
Yes.
So, but
Now you overshot by 5?
I think
6.
so. I think it was overhealed by 6, right?
By 6.
So,
Okay, so roll.
I'm gonna
as
roll-
long as it's
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a point of damage.
if it's 6 or less, then it has no effect.
Roll
You didn't do
damage.
risky surgery, did you?
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
The second time.
6 points exactly.
Oh, so it's even. It's
So
even.
it breaks
The
even.
fate loves us.
Okay.
Yes. Plame surely is blessed.
mess.
So Boddy says to the group, he says, right, so every one of these graves have some kind of magic about it. And also that halberd that thing stabbed Plame in the guts with, it's got magic too.
What kind of magic?
Not sure yet, have to look at it.
Something useful?
Probably some goblin killing magic from what it looked like.
Well, then it's not very good, because haha.
Inara will hold on to the halberd for now.
Boddy walks over and he picks up that plate and he says, is this something you would wear?
A little too heavy for me.
Right.
You know, I gotta kind of move around a little bit.
Boddy hits it with prestidigitation to clean it off, and he hands it to Stagram and says, "This look familiar. Maybe something of one of your folks."
Yes, it was belonged to a knight, but I do not know who.
It's pretty fancy.
It's not magical. It's just
Nope.
just
Nice.
Just nice. It's got some filigree work on it.
Nice.
Not all rusty.
It's not all rusty.
What would make him unsettled, unrestful, undead like that?
Well, in the old times, and they've stopped doing it because there have been a few incidents. But they would put wards on our burial chambers. If anyone would use the inappropriate type of magic, it would awaken.
Plame wants to look up at Stagger and kind of reach up and pat him on the shoulder and say, "If you have wisdom like that, tell us beforehand, please."
Fawin thinks to herself, she did read a little bit about that in the book from Vaz's shop about some type of magic was dangerous. But she just keeps that quietly to herself. She's like, oh yeah.
So, Boddy, are you going to go in the room?
Yeah, Boddy will walk around the sepulcher, and he'll step into the room, just inside the room, and he'll look around to make sure there's no bad guys. He sees a door on his right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is a big hall that runs on.
Yeah.
What light source were you guys carrying?
I have dark vision, but they were carrying torches.
Stagram has a torch.
Stagram has a torch, okay. So it went out beyond the edge of the torch.
Yeah, further than they could see. And so Boddy looks in this other room on the right just to make sure there's no nastiness waiting for us, because he knows down that hallway there was some trouble for them.
Here.
Yeah.
Do you step around the corner?
He just stays inside this hallway, looking around the corner first.
Okay. So that first room you stepped into, this Hall of Graves, every floor panel has a name on it, and just the entire floor is covered. And you can see there are several that were torn apart. That's where the skeletons had come up. And so this hall that runs out into the darkness, it's just paved in these. To your right, you look over and you see an ossuary. It's a place where they keep boxes of bones. The walls are just shelves lined in these things.
Wild.
There's bones, and every so often it's a helmet or a halberd or a greatsword decorating this thing. And you see that there's actually a divisor down this is, 20 foot wide hall. They're down both sides of the hall. They're on this near wall here next to you. And there's a divider going down the middle that is about it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, but it's about head high. It has places for storing them.
This is crazy. Crazy cool.
Boddy looks over his shoulder at Stagger and says, "Right, so they keep all the bones of every one of you knights here? Because this whole room is full of boxes of bones."
A man who dies with honor deserves an honorable burial.
Right.
So are you okay with us going and searching around in here? Or is that going to be a problem?
Do as you must to fulfill your request. I just ask that you do not desecrate the bodies of my fellow warriors.
Well, from the looks of it, they're looking to desecrate us. If we go in these rooms, are more skeletons going to pop out and attack us?
There is a possibility.
Right.
Fawin would like to do maybe an occultism check or an arcana check.
Okay.
It seems like those 6 disheveled graves, those broken out graves, it seems like something caused it to happen, based on what Stagram said.
Yeah.
That is a 14 on the die, and occultism?
Well, actually, do you have Arcana?
I do have arcana.
What would it be with Arcana?
So 14 plus 8 is 22? 22.
Okay, 22. You can't say, with that roll, you can't say what set it off, but clearly some spell was cast. Somebody did something, and it is beginning to activate. It's awakening the defenses here.
Oh. Boddy, you don't have any necromantic type magic prepared, do you, today?
No.
Okay, I don't either. I think we should probably stay away from casting that at all costs. It seems to interact with some type of ward and awakens guardians or something.
So you're telling me that you think one of us set off some kind of magical domino effect?
And Fawin lowers her voice a little bit. No, I think someone else has been down here and they set it off.
Right. One of the goblins?
She kind of looks down at Plame. Unlikely.
Boddy looks over at Plame and says, "Yeah, you're probably right."
And Plame will say,
think Warble and I think Helba mentioned that they stayed away from this side of the catacombs. They stuck to their area. They didn't like the dead people.
So, did someone know we were coming then? I'm starting to not trust this guy.
Boddy, his eyebrow and ear, right eyebrow and right ear go up, and he says, "Right, I don't think it's Stagrim. These monsters nearly killed him too. I don't think he'd want to desecrate his own people, but..."
You got a point, but he's just a little on the weird side lately. Doing the whole, like, nailing himself thing. I don't know. I mean, you're not really all there in the head if you're, like, nailing yourself.
Yeah, that's probably right. I'm gonna check this room. Is that a door right there?
That is a door.
So there's a door into that room. This is just a crumbled, like, archway?
Yeah,
or?
there used to be a door here. It has crumbled.
Okay.
And fallen.
And so now he peeks down that way.
Okay, so yeah, this is the ossuary. Ossuary boxes are, it's a box with the bones. The body has already been decomposed. They've just collected the bones and put them in a box.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a little spot for a torch straight across from you. And there's ossuary boxes on the back wall. And then the wall on the left does the same. And then, like I said, down the middle is another row. Yeah, ossuary boxes just everywhere. And they're stacked on the walls. They're 4 or 5 high. Down the middle, it's about 3 high. It's about head height.
Okay.
And the roof actually goes about 10 foot on the walls and domes up to about 15 feet at the top. So this is a big room full of a lot of dead guys.
And boxes all the way up the dome area?
Not all the way up the dome area, only about 10 foot up. So
Okay.
it's about 5, like I said, it's about 5 boxes high on the side.
So halfway down this, what is it? 70 foot room. Good Lord, the other one's like 100 feet. And there's a door.
Crazy.
Good Lord, this place is huge.
They lost a lot of guys over the years.
In the middle of the hallway, there seems to be these little protrusions.
Yeah,
Are they pillars or what are we looking at?
Those are carved Hellknights. Looks like they're columns that have been carved. They look like a Hellknight, one each holding a halberd in front of them.
I like those halberds.
They love halberds and greatswords. That's their signature, I guess. And then, like I said, and every so often along the walls, you see helmets are hung or weapons are hung.
So Boddy, at this point, will hit the area with detect magic.
Okay. Let's take a quick look. See the description here. Narrow stone walls filled with coffin-sized compartments stretch from the floor to the ceiling in this dark, claustrophobic chamber. Most of the compartments are occupied with shroud-covered bodies, though some of them are conspicuously empty.
Conspicuously?
Conspicuously.
Conspicuously.
That too. There might be something like placed at the foot, because each of those statues, you see there are like little trinkets and things at their feet, and you get a vibe off of the nearest statue, something in that pile of stuff at its feet.
Okay. Boddy gingerly steps in and says to himself, right, this is about where I'd put a trap.
Right.
So, Plame,
Yeah.
can you come in this room and check for traps for me? I think I found something magical in here we should look at.
Yeah. Oh, could you roll me an initiative?
Oh my goodness.
Some biscuit.
That was so quick.
Everybody?
Just Boddy?
No, you might include. You guys can help him out if you want. You can just leave him. It's really up to you.
It's all of us, please. Please, all of us. Boddy rolled a 6 on initiative.
So real quick, so I can determine what I want to use for my initiative. What is there any clues or anything that happened that will indicate something bad's about to happen?
Bodies. You do see some of those helmets. They turn to look at you.
What?
They're like the helmets that are on the little
No.
niches
Oh
on the wall.
no.
So this happens before Plame gets in the room, or after Plame gets in the room?
When you step around the corner.
So Boddy sees the helmets toward him. It would be perception for Boddy's initiative, which would be, I told you wrong. I said 6, but it's actually a 9. One of the cool things about Pathfinder 2e is every time you level, a lot of your base stats or your base rolls increase. So your chance to hit, your spell saves, your perception roll, and all the skills you're trained in all go up by 1. So
Nice.
my perception has increased because we leveled up
Okay.
for perception, which is my initiative. Also, I think we talked about this before. Initiative in Pathfinder is a little different. You don't just have an initiative roll. What you're doing at the time can affect
So
your
like
initiative.
if you're stealthing, you use your stealth adjustment on your
Yes.
initiative roll. If you are looking around, you use your perception.
Yeah. If
If
you're
it's just something that surprised you and you have good reflexes, you can use your reflexes as long as you can justify it.
yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of, Fawin's wondering if since she was thinking so much about Arcana and how these wards might happen, what's your ruling on Arcana as an initiative bonus?
I'll allow it. What the heck?
Sweet.
What a kind GM. He's like, well, you're all going to die after this anyway, so sure.
All right.
All right.
18 on the die plus 8 in Arcana. Fawin is in tune. She has a 26.
Wow.
Nice.
All
You
right,
just
Inara?
felt that pulse of
I
magic.
felt that.
Yep.
I felt the
So
stirring.
what
I'm like,
should I
whoa.
use? Just perception?
Probably, since you're in the other room, yeah, probably perception.
Do you have,
Yeah,
Okay.
basically we're going to notice if that body suddenly stiffens and
Yeah, okay, so let's review. Who had a 26? Okay, so Fawin, looks like you are top of the initiative order.
yeah. The last thing you heard was Boddy saying, hey, Plame, can you come in here and check for traps?
Yeah.
and then what the
Yeah.
All right, and then we had, what was Plame's?
a 19.
19, and yours was
17?
17. Plame and Inara, and then Boddy and Alec. Actually, Alec and then Boddy. Okay, Fawin, you're up first.
So, Fawin feels this little wave, this disturbance, this sense of detect magic goes out. That wom wom wom.
Yeah, that something was wrong with that
Yes.
detect magic spell.
Yes, and she just was so intent on studying the effects magic would have in this place that instantly she feels like, oh, that's bad. And she says, Boddy, wait, is going to enact Mesmer's independent ability, where he can move without Fawin having to give him a command. And Mesmer's going to move over to be within 15 feet of where Boddy is, maybe over to the left corner of that doorway. Oh,
He was hanging in the hall.
Oh, Mesmer was all the way back in the hallway,
Yeah.
not even by Fawin. Okay, well, yes, definitely. Yeah, Mesmer's going to come up the outside hallway from the birds into the
Axel's
floor
running in
gravestone
with some
room.
feathers in his mouth.
Yeah.
And she is going to hex Boddy with a positive nudge fate, so that if he fails an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw by 1, then it's going to give her a +1. Or turn a critical failure into a failure, or a failure into a success.
Oh.
So,
Is that change?
yep, so when the target fails an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, and a +1 would change it, then change it to a failure instead of a critical failure, or turn a failure into a success, then that +1 bonus applies.
Okay.
This won't make it a critical success.
Yeah. So one action, nudge fate. Second action, she casts Forbidding Ward on Boddy, which is a 2-action cantrip. And that is going to protect him from an enemy and give you a +1 status bonus to your armor class and saving throws.
+1.
Yep.
Nice. It's a nice little defense there. It's called Forbidding Ward.
Yes.
Nice.
It's a cantrip.
And
And nudge fate is a hex.
nice. That'll bring my AC up to 19 and my saves up by 1 as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. And did you do that or did Mesmer do that?
Fawin is the one that directed the magic.
Gotcha.
So, Stacy, did Mesmer coming up the hallway, did he get within 15 feet of Boddy?
Let's see.
He has a movement of 40 now. 40 feet now that he's...
Yeah, he can be right here then.
16 squares? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's right behind me.
Okay, very
One
good. So,
square behind me.
last but not least, Mesmer's ability is when I cast or sustain a hex, Nudge Fate is a hex, then one creature within 15 feet can get a +1 status bonus to its AC or a minus status penalty to its AC. And so, can't stack the status with Boddy, so I'm going to give it to Inara that's right next to Mesmer.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Just around the corner.
Okay.
Yep.
This is like Buff Town. I love it.
I will
Yeah.
take it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Sweet. Good turn.
So let's make it a less good turn.
Oh no.
So those helmets that were sitting in those little niches,
Yes.
they turned and looked at Boddy, and they rise up.
Bitches get witches.
Just the helmets?
Well, the helmets float up, and dangling from the helmet is a shadowy image of the spine of the man who once wore it.
Oh no.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to a fourth action. We have so many creepy things to talk about.
Oh my god, what is that?
Describe that, Jeremy. What do you see?
Okay, so there's this like nasty looking spiky helmet with downward pointing horns, like a
Standard Hellknight of the Nail.
yeah, it is so intimidating and ugly. And below it is like this shadowy shoulder pads and this half begotten multicolored red light and kind of purplish green light coming off of its spine thing hanging down below it.
It's like the helmet and the shoulder pad
Yeah, it's all spectral.
dangling down.
None of it.
Yeah.
It's like the ugliest soul jellyfish in the world. How many of these things are we looking at?
Oh, well, there's two on either side of these statues.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So they're a good 20 feet away from me.
But
four
four
total.
total.
Yes, 4 total. 2 on either side of the statues.
Bodies, like red eyes squint down on these things. He's not happy.
Okay, so these two rises in the air up above that little wall, as does this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20. And this guy, he just kind of pivots and looks at you. So they're kind of forming roughly a line across the room about 15 feet from you in the air, kind of hovering up. And then there's one down on the ground. And it speaks something.
Does it sound anything like the stuff that Stagrum and Fawin have been singing? In Infernal?
It sounds infernal.
Oh, great.
And what's your armor class?
19?
19. Ooh, 3. Okay, that's a miss. He goes, I got this. Whatever, you can't tell what it says, but you do see this like shimmery chunk of metal that sort of just materialized in the air out of its shadowy form.
Oh.
Next,
Great.
11 and 9, 20. This one here in the middle that's over the wall, he will hit you.
Oh, it's no good.
4 points.
That's not horrible, but it's not good.
You've had better days. And then the last guy is going to take a shot at you too.
What?
He'll hit you also.
Yes, screw up one at once.
And it's 3 points. This one here that's on the ground is just going to sweep forward. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
It's blocking my way.
Yep.
I'm Mesmer.
Okay, so he basically just sweeps right past and through your body.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's a creepy feeling. And he's now standing in the doorway to the ossuary, where that door had collapsed. And he looks at this group, this line, and he is going to go for Fawin.
Oh. So Plame's to my left, Inara's to my right. She's standing kind of in the middle of the doorway of the sepulchre room.
And
Yeah, and he
Stagrum
does
and
the same thing where he spits nails at you. And he will hit for 6 points max damage.
Oh, man.
Well, that's 2 actions each. For third action, this guy is going to spit some more at Plame. What's your armor class?
19.
19? He barely misses. You jump back and just ting, and it hits the ground in front of you, and then you watch it just kind of disappear. Alrighty.
Well, that's creepy.
Oh, very. And then these two that are in the ossuary, the one that's floating above the little wall, he's happy where he's at. The two that were in the hallways, the other side of that short wall, sweep down past Boddy. One is going for the door that leads into the little sepulcher that's still standing, and the other one goes through his companion that's standing in the doorway into the main hall where all the dead bodies were on the floor.
So they're not really concerned with us, with me.
They're concerned with all of y'all. And he's staring at the lot of you. And everyone that got hit, would you please be so kind as to give me a fortitude save?
Knew it. I was waiting for this.
Natural 20!
Nice. Boddy got an 18. What, you said fortitude?
Yep.
That should be a good roll for me.
All right, you're going to need to make a second fortitude save.
That's a 28 on the
28?
first one.
Okay.
And then, oh gosh.
That'll be that is a critical success.
Another 28. I rolled 18
All
twice in a
right.
row.
Yeah.
Boddy's used to stabbing himself. Used to the feeling.
Creepy helmet creatures, no big deal.
Yeah, you kind of look at them, and well, I mean, you've been scarred up so many times it hardly means anything to your body. But you look at the nails, and they kind of just dissolve and fall apart.
So are they like nails? Like
Yeah, there were
actual
nails that formed
okay.
in the air and
I thought
went
that
through
they
your
were
skin.
just like metal pieces.
Nope, there were nails
Okay.
piercing your skin, much like Alex's ritual.
Great. That's what you get for making fun of it.
Yeah.
But
Now
yeah,
we have to live through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that is horrifying.
Who's
All
next?
right,
I
Plame.
believe it.
So Plame had started to take a step because Boddy called, and then he sees these things swoop into the room.
Scary as pedunk, by the way.
Yep. And have we determined that Mesmer is an ally? I think we did, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Plame is going to react. He's going to pull out his dog slicer, and he's going to move 10 feet forward. So it's just a few steps forward, so that one of the apparitions that had swooped in is behind Mesmer. Now Plame is behind it. So there's Mesmer, that thing, and Plame.
Oh.
Which
trying
then
to
makes
flank
it off guard.
Off guard.
Off guard.
Yeah.
One action for drawing his dog slicer, one action to move that 10 feet, and then he is going to take a swipe at this thing.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Nice roll. Now we'll see.
That would be, it's critical anyway, but it would be a 28. So,
Yeah, so it's definitely critical.
yeah, definitely critical. But it's critical anyway because natural 20. All right, so it's a critical, which means he's off guard, so I get my sneak attack damage.
Come on.
So roll and then double, right?
Yep.
Double everything.
All your adjustments and then double it.
It's going to be a die 6 plus 4 doubled plus a die 6 doubled. That was a crappy roll. But it's 4, 8, doubled is 16.
Wow.
Okay, not bad.
That's a crappy roll.
It was. I
did you
rolled a
roll?
1 and a 3 on my 2 die 6.
Pretty nice.
So 4, but then it's plus 4, so that's 8. And then you double it because of the critical, so it's 16.
Yep.
That's not
Okay.
bad.
It's still standing, but you hit it and you take one of the little horns off its helmet.
It's still standing. Oh no.
They got more than 16
It
hit
might
points.
be resistant too.
Maybe.
Is it Inara's turn?
It is an honest turn.
Ooh, you get to try it with your sword again.
Are the ones that are in this room in front of me, are they in the air?
Yeah, they're all floating. So all you can see is the one that's in front of Plame. And you can see that something has been shooting nails at Fawin and Plame.
I'm going to squeeze past Fawin
Okay,
around
so
the
that's
corner
like
here.
5, 10,
5.
15. Okay.
So I'm going to come down over here. Can I be in the same
So you're
space as
5,
Mesmer?
10. Yeah, she's
Okay.
tiny.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
if something
She's
is
just
two-
taking up the whole
If
space.
something is two
No.
size categories smaller than you, you can
Okay.
be in the same space.
You're
But
making-
for
Okay.
just one, you can't.
You're making yourself flanked like that, though. Are you cool with that?
Whatever.
You're a barbarian.
It's fine. So I'm going to attack the one that is like in the doorway in front of Boddy. Is it in the air?
Yeah.
How far do I need to?
It came down to come through the doorway.
Okay.
So
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, it's
eye to
heavy.
So I can still hit it
Yeah.
with
Technically, none of them are touching the ground.
28.
Oh, yes.
That is a hit.
Is
That
that critical?
Is that a
hit.
yeah?
They're 18 AC, so yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to do a little better than Plame did. You're
Let's
critical.
see. Let's see.
You never know.
She has D10s. Or D12s?
D12.
Well, yeah, she uses it two-handed,
Yeah.
so it's D12.
D12.
So it could be just as bad. Or,
Okay.
or better.
Let's see.
Roll a 1.
That is 30 points.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It's an 11 plus 4 doubled is 15.
15 doubles
Yeah,
30.
this thing has no damage resistance to that. You just come down and just hit the helmet and just shatter the helmet. Oh. And it just vanishes.
Dang.
One down.
So that means the other one's pretty close to dead. Plame almost killed it, probably.
Yep, they do not have more than 30 points.
Alright, I will swing around and attack the one in front of.
You used, oh yeah, it's only one move. Yeah, okay, so minus
Move
5.
attack.
Yep.
Now the map.
Yep, so that would be, so in Pathfinder, just to recap, everybody can do it multiple attacks per round. The first, for the first melee attack is at your full bonus. it's -5 for the next attack. Unless your weapon is special, like Plame's. So you can attack all 3 actions. It just gets worse and worse as you try.
22.
That will hit.
Oh,
Not
yes.
critical though.
That's 12 points of damage.
It had 8 left, so it is going
Yes!
And Nara just comes in. What's the big fuss, guys? It's just little helmets floating around.
Thing is doing its job.
Well, she hit the helmet and just cleaved into it, and it bounces off the wall and hits and shatters.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Wow. Slicing and dicing.
I think that's my last action.
All right.
So, next person?
Alex is going to step over. He's stepping into the doorway into the sepulchre room next to Fawin.
Making himself a target.
Yep. And Boddy, you're up.
He's going to draw his Morning Star
Okay.
because he feels like these things are still undead. He will spell strike that one that's in the corner.
All right, go for it.
He's going to use Ignite as a spell strike. He's been happy with that so far. He has a +7 on his attack. Rolls an 18 for a 25.
25, that will hit. It will not be critical though.
But it was close, huh?
Yeah, it was close.
Anyway, so I get to do 3d6 points of damage to it. 2d6 that is fire. So the first one we'll do is physical, which is just 1 + 3, so that's 4 points of damage.
4, okay.
And then 5 points of fire damage, so 9 total.
You hit it, kind of scrape it up pretty good, but the helmet just kind of wobbles. It
Gotcha.
stays in the air.
So I cannot spell strike again until I recharge it, either by casting a focus spell or spending an action to charge it up. And that is my turn since I drew my weapon and did a 2 action strike.
All right.
Fawin's going to use a sustain action to sustain Forbidding Ward that protects Inara, gives her a +1 to her armor class. And yeah, why not? We're going to do a classic favorite, little telekinetic projectile.
All right. What are you gonna?
I don't know if you can see any of them
I
right
don't
now.
know. You actually can't see any enemies from where you're at.
Darn, I can't see any from where I'm at. Okay. She's going to do a knowledge check, either arcane or
smart.
occultism.
Ooh.
Smart.
And that'll
And
use one of your actions.
there you go. 15 plus 8 is 23.
Okay. What do you?
And would like to know if these things have any weaknesses.
Yeah, bashing the helmet in really hard. Seems to
Nice.
All right, so they're not necessarily like immune, or not necessarily like weak to silver or anything like that.
Nope.
I don't think they're resistant to anything, guys. Just keep smashing them. Great job, Inara. And then she's gonna move diagonally into the gravestone room with all the things on the floor and slip behind Plame. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're like hiding behind Plame.
I think Mesmer is going to stay close to Inara.
He's just gonna hang around her feet.
Yeah.
It's down to our little friend. Well, this fella up here, hovering above the little wall, he slides down so that he is just behind Boddy. So now, Boddy, you are flanked on either side. You lucky duck.
Oh, I knew it.
All right. And he's going to take some shots at you.
What? Are you doing the
Yeah,
nail
you-
spit?
Spitting that. Your ace.
Do they get a flank bonus for that?
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's gross.
So, he will hit you for 5 more points of damage.
What?
And you need to make another fortitude save.
Oh my gosh, 5 points of damage. We get that recorded
One
real
of
quick.
these spikes just goes right in the back of your shoulder.
Ooh, that's not as good. That's a 9, it's a 19.
Okay, you will barely make it.
Ooh, okay.
So he liked that. He's going to get some more.
No. Come on now, miss.
That is a 12, 16,
Miss.
17.
No. Quit adding numbers.
Barely hit.
17's my armor class. Does
The Forbidding Ward gives you a +1.
yeah, that's not the nudge fate.
And the Nudge Fate is only affecting you as an ally
Yeah.
for your rolls.
Okay, so you got a bare minimum of 3 points.
3, good.
And you're going to need to make another save.
Of course. Yes, that's 18 plus 10, 28.
Okay, that's good. You're good. So his little buddy, though, he just goes through the door
Oh, he moves into the
into the sepulcher
room.
Yep. 2, 3, And then from here, he is going to spit at Fawin.
What the heck?
What?
He's just completely ignoring Stagger.
They're
like
after the
he's doing.
casters.
Yeah.
No, they fired at Plame too. They're equal opportunity jerks.
Technically, Plame has a little magic of his own, so
Okay, what's your armor class, Fawin?
Fawin has an armor class of 15.
That is a definite hit.
Oh boy.
For 5 points.
Okay.
And you need to make a fortitude save.
Oh no, that's a 5 on the die. So it's a 10 total.
Ooh, that is not gonna make it.
no.
But it's not critical.
All right, so that nail, it didn't just hit you and vanish like the others. This one hits and it's like starting to wiggle around, just force its way into your flesh.
Oh. Fawin did not see this one coming up. She wasn't ready for it.
Okay, and then he's going to take
one
a
ready.
shot at Plame.
Go for it.
What's your AC?
19.
Ooh, that is an adjusted 20. You're going to take 6 points, max damage.
Ow.
And you need to make a fortitude save. Yep.
God, these things are accurate.
That is a natural 1. So I'm going to use a hero point.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would
please
definitely
do.
re-roll that.
Holy moly.
Oh, it was on a 20 for a second. So 19.
19. Okay, so you make your save.
Yeah.
Ah, and you guys were going to get to find out when you get a critical failure. I so wanted you to see. Cool. So that is them. All right, Plame, somebody just spit on you.
Yes, that was not very nice of them.
Bitten nails. I'm not
So
a fan.
Plame is going to advance 5 through Inara, 10, 15, and then 20 catty corner to be the other direction, to be on the left side of Boddy.
Okay, so he basically pushes through Boddy into the ossuary.
Yep. So now he reaches up and he's just going to kind of pat Boddy on the shoulder real quick and say, "Don't worry, we got this." And Boddy, you have a sensation that's kind of interesting. It feels like that cool, refreshing drink of a icy mountain stream.
Ooh, nice.
But you have to help me.
And you gain 6 points back.
6
And
points.
your AC jumps by 2 for the next round.
That is cool. That is awesome. Does that stack with the Forbidding Ward? What kind of bonus is it?
Target someone other than yourself. It also gains +2 status bonus to AC.
Status
bonus.
What is the one you have?
+1 status, so
Status.
it'll override.
Yep.
So you have a 20 AC now.
So it doesn't stack. You don't have +3, but you now have +2.
So yeah, there are different bonus types in the game.
And almost always a type won't stack. So my
Yes.
+1 status from Forbidding Ward and your +1 or +2
+2.
status, just the bigger one will take effect.
Yep.
Then so these two share the same type, so I choose the larger of the two. But I still get save bonuses from Forbidding Ward.
Right.
So Body's feeling pretty buff right now.
All right, and then I'm going to take a swing at this thing that's right in front
It's
of
up
me.
in the air though. It's above the little shelf, the 6-foot high shelf. It's floating above it.
So it's too high to hit
So
with
it's out of
the
reach.
melee.
Yep, it's out of melee range.
At least for the 3-foot goblin.
I mean, that's only
like
3
10.
feet above me.
Yeah. And
So
then,
you're saying I can't reach it?
well, it's a 6-foot shelf, and then it's quote unquote standing, so the actual helm itself is like 12 feet.
That's
too
only 6
high.
feet tall? Jeez. All right, well, I'll take my last action and I will swap weapons into my crossbow.
All right.
Nice.
Alrighty. Inara.
My turn. I'm gonna run over, so I'll step 5 foot over in the room with Stagrum. Attack that one.
That just nailed Fawin.
Stagrum has kind of done nothing this entire fight, I would like to note.
I noticed that too.
I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Inara is not impressed, it seems, with Stagrum as of late.
That's 15 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. It is hurt, but not gone. Yeah.
Okay.
But it is badly hurt. You took one of his little
I
horns off his
will.
helmet.
Attack it again. Another 21.
Yeah.
That'll also hit.
Come on.
That's pretty good. And then that one's gonna just be 8 points of damage.
It drops to the ground.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
But it doesn't shatter?
Did not shatter.
Oh, good.
3 out of 4 of these things
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
magnet.
Yeah, you notice that Alec had taken his sword and stuck it in the ground, and he's reciting something.
Okay.
And they were just ignoring him.
Can I understand anything that he's saying?
He's reciting something in Infernal.
Okay. parts I cannot understand. Does he have like his eyes closed and he's like not? He's
Yeah,
out
he's
of
got
it?
his eyes closed. He's like
Okay.
focused. All
Have I
right.
done all my actions?
That's
I
three
think so.
That's 3.
I want to at least shout out to Stagrum and be like, hey, what you doing? We're in a fight here.
Good. Okay, Boddy, you are up.
Boddy sees this thing floating above reach, and he steps back.
Is it back into that corner there next to the door?
Yep. And he's gonna blast it with ignite from where he's standing.
All right, go for it.
The fire seemed to work last time. Oh, 8 plus 7 is a 15.
No, you'd be one off. So yeah, that would hit.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, your nudge fate would come into play.
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking
It,
about.
kind of, you see it shift to avoid his crossbow and goes right in the
Nice.
line of fire.
Doesn't do
What luck.
What good luck.
There you go.
The last second I adjust my aim. So this is, since I'm not doing melee, it does 2d4 instead of 2d6,
Okay.
but it does 4 points of fire damage to it. That's Boddy's turn. And he, after he burns it, he says, fire seems to hurt it okay.
Alrighty. All right, we're going to go back around to the top of the initiative order and Fawin. First off, that nail is
Yes.
just working its way into your arm where you've been hit.
Does she feel like she can grab it and pull it out, yank it out?
Well, first off, you are enfeebled. Enfeeblement
Oh.
1, which means -1 on anything strength related.
Yes.
And also, oh lucky you get to find out what the other special effect is when we come back next time.
Ah.
Oh, man.
I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. What's Stagrum just standing there for? Like, oh.
I don't know. I mean, if he's not going to
Well,
help
these
us
guys
out-
aren't very scary.
He probably doesn't want to attack his ancestors.
All I know is I'm glad we made friends with Inara in a bar.
No kidding.
Yeah, she is just wrecking these things, man.
No problem.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
synonymous.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Wayfinder Legends is a production of Red Dirt RPG LLC, and all original characters and artwork are the property of their respective creators. The Age of Ashes Adventure Pack was originally produced by Paizo Publishing, and all Paizo titles, characters, and artwork are used with respect under the guidelines of the OGL and ORC gaming licenses. If you like what you've heard, join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. You'll get additional content, Discord access, quarterly gifts, and more. Join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd.
Oh, speaking of the birds, I think we probably ought to swing by before we leave and pick up their bodies. I think they would make some really good fried chicken.
I can agree with that. I honestly would not mind trying that bird.
No, I think someone else has been down here and they set it off.
One of the goblins.
She kind of looks down at Plame. Unlikely.
Gosh, Fawin. All right, that one just got me.
So, did someone know we were coming then? I'm starting to not trust that guy.
Which guy is that?
Oh,
I
just,
just rolled a nat 20 on my perception.
just a friend of mine we met him at a bar last night, you know. I mean, you're not really all there in the head if you're like nailing yourself.
Yeah, it's probably right.
And I'm standing right here.
Oh,
8 wisdom?
yeah. No, 8 intelligence.
8 intelligence.
Body says to Fawin, he goes, can you explain to Stagrum about Inara and people and how it's not so good?
What are you trying to say about me? Excuse me?
Explain to Inara too. He's worried about a skeleton jumping out and clawing his face right about now.
Buddy starts going, ow, ow, ow. Stop stabbing me.
Is that my
17?
spleen?
17?
It is my spleen.
Oh, look at that. That's where that goes.
Think about how much health Stagrum has if he's taking 4 points of damage for each nail that he has.
What I'm thinking about is the fact that the Lady of Blades had those bracers.
Bracers.
Oh, yeah.
So all I can see in my head now is the Wonder Woman thing with the nails.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.